move straight to our next conversation. Let's talk the Naira. The Naira appears to be experiencing a significant appreciation, reaching its strongest level in nearly 8 months. In the black market, the Naira is trading at 1,540 per dollar and 1,500 Naira per dollar in the official market. The upward trend is having a substantial impact on foreign exchange speculators who have incurred losses exceeding 10 billion Naira. Many of the speculators are now offloading their hoarded dollars to mitigate further losses. One factor that is instrumental in this shift is the implementation of the Foreign Exchange Code by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. BK, with this, I'm excited saying this, but is it safe to say that the Naira is finding its feet?
Yes, gradually it's finding its feet. One of the big goals of the CBN and stakeholders across the various gamuts of our economy is the need for exchange rate stability. Okay. One of the big concerns of people is the volatility that has come to be associated with the foreign exchange markets. If you observed in the last few weeks, the Naira has been firming up against the dollar. There was a time when it was exchanged at 1,700, 1,800. Yes, people were scared. In fact, somebody predicted that by December, it will go to, no, he said by January, it will go to 2,000. People who want to pay school fees and all that. He was saying all kinds of things. It will go to 2,000. I said, God, may you not let this happen. Because why should the Naira exchange to any currency at 2,000 Naira? I've always believed that this is not the true value of our currency, and I insist that it's not the true value of our currency. So whatever steps we are taking now that to restore investor confidence, to improve liquidity in the market, we can see that those steps are bearing fruits. The speculators, they are the ones who are losing now. It's believed that they've lost about 10 billion Naira in the last few days. I pray that they lose more, because the damage that they are doing to everyone is a big one.
Exactly.
They don't want to lose money, but they don't mind the rest of us suffering, because they are the ones behind the distortion in the market. And the steps that the CBN is taking to improve transparency, you know, come up with the Forest Code, they've done so many things. Now, they've also made about $18 million available, sold to BDCs. Is all in the desire to improve liquidity, so that when there is improved liquidity, people will be able to have their demand for foreign exchange addressed. Okay. Because it is the extremely high demand that is in part responsible for the high exchange rate. The volatility, in my view, can be blamed on the activities of the speculators. I've never seen a currency involved in a flip-flop like our currency. Never. You can predict, you see the South African rand, you can predict, when you are going to sleep, you can predict that tomorrow it will be exchanged at this rate. And it's the same with many currencies of the world. You can predict that, okay, the pound sterling will exchange, the British pound will exchange to the dollar at this rate. Even if there's any change, it will be minimal. So it enables people to plan. And it will not lead to rapid inflation. But a situation in which the Naira keeps taking a bashing from against the dollar, it worsens inflation, because we are an import-dependent nation. And the amount, if this was an Italian suit, for example. You bought it today. The Naira exchanges for 1,700 to the dollar the next day. You are going to, they will adjust the price.
Exactly.
They will adjust the price in the department store, wherever you bought it. They will adjust the price, thereby worsening inflation in the process. So I think that many things are playing into the hands of those who truly love our country. We want to see Nigeria make a lot more money by becoming a net refiner of petroleum products. Okay. We have the Dangote refinery. We have Port Harcourt refinery, Warri. Kaduna will soon come on stream. So let them and go very soon. The refinery will be ready. Let us be able to export refined petroleum products. Once we refined those petroleum products, once we sell, we'll be able to earn foreign exchange.
Exactly.
Dangote has to be supported in this regard because he has the capacity to take care of the entire petroleum needs of our country.
Sure.
At 650,000 barrels per day capacity. That is more than what we need on a given day. We cannot consume all of that. It's not possible. No matter what they tell you that this is the level of our economy, most of the time they're lying to us. We don't consume that much. So if all of those refineries are working at full steam, we will become a net exporter of refined, petroleum product, refined crude. So we will earn more money. The IOCs, if we continue to improve oil output, increase oil output, the IOC's contributions to our foreign exchange earnings will go up.
That's true.
Because it is still our main foreign exchange earner.
Sure.
If we can move, for example, to like 2,500, 2.5 million barrels a day, which is the president's target, and he has already told the Hope Uzodinma-led committee that they must achieve that target. We will certainly earn more. We are doing well in gas, for example. We are earning more. So all of this will improve liquidity, and the demand, the crazy demand, will certainly go down. We want to see manufacturers have access to forex when they need it. We want to see people who want to go for health-related tourism. We want to see them have the dollars at their disposal. Those who want to pay the school fees of their children, we want to see them have. Once you are able to take care of demand, the Naira will stabilize. Now, it's already projected that this year the Naira will stabilize at about 1,300 Naira to the dollar. If it gets to 1,000, which is my own preferred target, not 1,000, but economists are saying this year it will stabilize at 1,300. That is still improvement, because this is a currency that took so much bashing from 2023 in terms of this value. It lost its value by up to 70%. So we are coming back gradually thanks to those reforms that the CBN has created and improved liquidity. Foreign portfolio investment coming in. Yes, but you see, that foreign portfolio investment will help you attain liquidity. But we know that FDI, they are longer lasting. That is what you and I prefer. But this one still helps us to achieve greater liquidity. Now, it's good news.
With all these steady gains, we're slow and steady, but at least we're getting somewhere. Are you confident that the Naira will appreciate further in future?
BKO has given us I will call it a bigger picture, even that economists will easily associate with. But there are people out there who probably don't understand what is going on, and we need to also find a way of simplifying what BKO has broken down. Now, what do I mean? I still tried to buy a kilo of chicken recently, and I think the last time I bought it was about 5,000 plus, but it has dropped to 4,650. And these are things that is going to trickle down on some of these daily products, because when we get it right in our forex and our naira is appreciating, it is going to affect everybody positively. And those are the things. And when you're talking about speculators, as much as we know the people we're talking about, we should even ask ourselves, those of us who have opportunity of seeing some foreign currency and we are praying that it should get worse, and we are keeping that money when we got it cheaper. You know, for them to lose this 10 billion is to tell you that they've seen the real picture, that is going to get better day by day. That is better for me to lose 10 billion than lose 20 billion or lose 30 billion. So this to tell you that they've seen that CBN is not joking.
And they are quickly offloading,
they are quickly offloading
the dollars in their hands.
And this is a wake up to those who are also keeping their $1,000, their $2,000 to see that, oh, by the time I will sell it, it will be 2,005 and it will be this. It's a strong warning. And that's why it looks as if whether BKO is praying or cursing now, that they will lose more, because it has the pain of many Nigerians. The Nigerians who are talking about this money, the round tripping is among few people who are putting us in this pain. Because as much as we get all these things right, trust me, like you said, it's so strange that in 2-3 months you see Naira depreciating heavily and you're saying, how do we control this? It's just some few people.
But in your opinion, do you think the CBN is doing enough to check the activities of hoarding?
I think CBN is very, very strategic. I'm not an economist, but I love the way they are eating hard at the speculators, because they are so powerful. They're so powerful. When they tell you that we are going to bring down this economy, it will take you to be very, very ingenious. It will take you to be very smart, you know, to do it in a way that you won't let them know your strategies. You won't let them know your plans. And that's what they are doing. With this, you saw the way the refinery came upstream. Except for a few people like BQ who is studying the whole thing. Some of us were not seeing it.
We're all surprised.
You understand? And so when the president is saying things will get better, don't worry, things will get better, he knows what he's talking about. He's getting the right signal from the right people. And so for us, what we have to do is to find a way. This is when to embrace patriotism. Enough of lamentation, enough of crying and saying things are getting worse and all kinds of language that we're using. If you have your dollars, you better go and change it to Naira and find a way, or put it in your domiciliary account and use it when it's. You can't buy it for 1,500 and you're praying to sell it at 2,000. It is wickedness.
I should people even be doing that.
And a lot of people are buying it from people just to.
All right, we need to go on this break now. But when we return, BK, I'm going to be asking the implementation of the Forex Code. How impactful is this policy? I want us to chew on that when we return from this break. Don't go anywhere. Still Journalist Hangout.
And cable, great quality, now with the new look.
All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. I still have BKO and Kaidi Lajende right here with me. So, BKO, before we went on that break, I asked you this policy by the CBN and the Forex Code, how impactful?
Oh,
is this?
it's very impactful, and it is very heavy on transparency.
Okay.
Companies that want dollars, who need dollars consistently, they have to provide information to CBN
Okay.
as per their needs, when they need it, and all that, so they can walk ahead. And the CBN continues to tell them that, look, for your forex needs, the banks have forex to make available to you, so you don't need to go and put pressure on the
BDCs?
the black market, for example, because the black market is not the official window. The CBN does not recognize the black market, for example, and activities of speculators, it is at its worst in the black market. So as much as possible, they are trying to make people go to the right channel for their foreign exchange. So the official market is there. You can use it, get the forex that you need, instead of using the back-end channels, which is where the corruption, where a lot of the volatility takes place.
Exactly.
People will buy so much dollars, go and hoard it the same way they hoard rice and other crops, waiting for a season when they will be extremely costly. You know, this is what we do to ourselves. People go to rural areas, buy off crops, buy up harvest from farmers, and then lock them up in warehouses, just waiting.
And that's not patriotic.
Once they can sense that, oh, the price is going up. I know somebody who is buying up, what's it called? Buying up beans and soya beans, for example, because they know that at some time in the year the price will go up. It's just like that's the way it is with seasonal crops. Even onions, there's a time when onions will be plenty.
Exactly.
So people will go and buy, and then wait when it's very costly. That is when they will now go and sell. So it's the same thing they are doing with the dollar. And we are saying, look, stop this kind of behavior, stop this war against your own country and these people.
Exactly. Now, just to wrap this topic up, the role of Nigerians. The thirst for foreign products. They say buy the Naira, buy Nigeria to grow the Naira. What should be our role as Nigerians?
Yeah, the campaign should not end.
It should not end.
The campaign shouldn't be by Reno Mokri, which I think is doing a great job. It's something that everybody should do from time to time. And he's so bold about it. He's saying it everywhere. And it's been a very, self-appointed ambassador, I must call him.
Yes.
And he's doing greatly in that area. And I think beyond partisanship, is beyond whatever hatred anybody might have for him. The message is making a lot of sense. And anytime we have any gains about this campaign, it's also pushing it ahead. And so on this side, people might say, oh, probably we are not in tune with the reality. We're talking about day-to-day things. We need to push it. We need to talk more about it. Let's eat local rice. Let's patronize local things. It will go a long way. I'm sure people will not want to talk about it when things are dropping. A lot of things are beginning to drop.
Some don't want to hear.
A lot of things are beginning to drop. And we will not stop being an incurable optimist. This country will get it right. And we will continue to do our best in pushing the right narrative. Let us grow the Naira. Let us find a way. The government is doing its own with the refineries. We are talking of more refineries, and a good number of things are beginning to take shape. By the time we get it right, and look at what is happening in different countries. America is not smiling now. The UK, you can see what in quotes, a so-called Nigerian is also saying about people going to UK.
Oh, let's
so
not
all the
even
policies,
go the way of Kevin.
all the policies are not friendly. It's time to look inward. It's time to look back if you think you've gone away from this country, and let's move forward.
All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to another conversation.